Ladies and gentlemen, for the second year in a row, the Aerial Sports League presents the biggest drone race in California history, the Xfinity California Drone Speed Challenge, Level 2. Introducing our announcers for today's race, please welcome Charlie Suangka and last year's race winner, Colby Curtola.
Thanks very much, Jay. It's great to be here. I'm super excited for today's event. The teams have been working hard for a whole day already. They got up bright and early this morning, have been wrenching on copters all morning, and we're going to have some great racing this afternoon. Colby, what do we have to look forward on this wonderful layout today? Where's the hot spot, I'd say?
The whole track, I'm going to call it the hot spot. This track is intense. These teams are going to be racing with 3 pilots. They're going to be switching off like a batting order, very similar to a baseball order. So you're going to see pilots come into the pit area after their batteries are dead. These batteries last about 2 minutes. They're going to land. The next pilot in line is going to get up in the air. So we're going to see a lot of action down in the pits going on. And that's where it's going to make or break the race for a lot of these teams. Quick pit stops, getting back on the track as fast as you can, and start tallying those laps up.
A little bit of gamesmanship involved, too. There are some rules to the format. They do have to do clean pit stops in the actual pit lane. If they crash out in the middle of the lap or before they get into the pit lane, they actually are deducted penalties as well. So consistency and speed are going to be a big key factor here for the teams, and I'm excited to get started. I think we have our first 4 teams ready to go full send. Demon Power Systems, Son of a Pitch, and Heart of America are first. So that is queuing up for us down below, and we are moments away from the start here, Colby. I'm extremely excited.
This is going to be exciting. These 4 teams throwing down some hot laps in the qualifying. All these 8 teams here are amazing pilots. It's going to be really close. It's going to come down to a couple laps, I think, in the end.
Yeah, they were competing in the simulator to get here, and they had to go through 2 or 3 brackets of that as well, and it was some intense competition that these guys came down to the wire a bunch of times, and we were able to live stream that. So Demon Power Systems going to be one of our first teams up here. Team Canada all the way here from, of course,
Heavy
Canada
hitters
as well. As Heart of America, basically located out of Arizona, and our team Full Send as well.
Full Send, one of the fastest teams on the sim qualifiers.
Elephant will be up in heat number 2, and they are our international team, the Scandinavian team, if you will. Son of a Pitch going to be up here in heat number 1, and from the Silicon Valley, the legendary Team Baylands. And rounding out the order, Team Ronin. I love Ronin's logo. It's mean looking.
Yeah, that is scary.
So racing action about to get underway. Our first 4 teams, Full Send, Demon Power Systems, Son of a Pitch, and Heart of America. We have their batting orders here for you as well, and it looks like for Team Full Send, up first should be, I think, Jay Fern? I'm not sure. We didn't get the batting order on that one. My apologies, folks. But Demon Power Systems, excuse me, should be going out, I believe it is with Liam. And Son of a Pitch going to be leading off with Scott Simmons, Scotty Dew, and Heart of America will be Chance Hartman leading the way.
Chance Hartman throwing down some heater laps in the qualifiers. I think he was our TQ in the qualifiers for Heart of America.
Yeah, he was fastest through the whole thing, pushing real hard.
18-second laps, I think we saw. Might not see those speeds in this round. I think teams are going to play a little bit safer. A lot of nerves right now. This is their last chance to qualify and seed for that A main. Some of these teams are already in a good position, so they might be able to push it and see how fast they can go, or they might try to play it safe and save their vehicles for the finals.
Got to keep it together so you can fight to the end. To finish first you must finish. Is that what they say?
Yeah, a couple of these teams, Team Ronin needs to make a move here. They are sitting in the bottom spot, I believe, after qualifying round number 1.
Right.
So we're looking for them to stay in the air. They had a lot of crashes in the first round that cost them a lot of penalty laps. So we're looking for them to make a push here.
And we are off and rolling. Teams are out like a shot and leading the way. The green lights of Heart of America comes out swinging. They are our 2nd seed right now. Our qualifier yesterday, they did 41 laps in 20 minutes and 29 seconds. And we'll keep you updated on the paces. It'll kind of shift around a little bit here, but it's a 20-minute clock that each of the teams is winding down. We're doing 2 rounds of qualifying. This is our 2nd round kicking off right now. And they have one final shot to beat out Son of a Pitch. 34 laps is the time to beat right now. So we'll be keeping an eye on that pace, but still very early on in this one.
And that's got to be Chance Hartman on the track, I'm guessing. The green LEDs for Team Heart of America. He is ripping right now, about a half lap ahead of the competition.
So green light, your leader, working in front of us right now, working right to left, going to be on that diagonal, what I call the check swing, and to the bottom of the tower, and this is the corkscrew area. It's 2 ovals. You do one on the bottom side, then you come out to the top, you make a hard left, and what we call a split S or an S turn through that arch. Then you're climbing through the blockhead into a set of lollipops. It's kind of on an angle. You come over to our switchback section, through 2 more lollipops, down across our main straight, through the check swing, and there's our start finish as they come under there side by side. The green lights of Heart of America and Son of a Pitch working together with the clean air. Green light, your leader. Spot, I want to say, is going to be the red lights of Full Send, but that is unconfirmed at this time.
All 4 drones in the air. This is a great start. These teams, their first pilots, looking to just throw down some laps, keep it in the air, and give their team a chance here in their last chance qualifier.
Working together nose to tail. You see the yellow lights there of Demon Power Systems getting a little cattywampus, but reins it back in. Our race leader still in the green lights, and it looks like they are coming up to lap through 2nd spot, Team Full Send. I'm going to see if I can get an official.
And we got some action here in the back section of the track, going up into the lollipops. And this is what we call a chicane here. It's a little bit of a zigzag back into 2 low lollipops, crossing over and into the finish line. This is going to be Team Son of a Pitch and Heart of America, it looks like.
After Heart of America came by Son of a Pitch, they really started to pick up the pace and realize that's the rate we need to go. We better get on this here. Son of a Pitch sitting 4th right now. They are not a sure thing into our championship final, so they need to pick up the pace just a little bit.
Yeah, I think we're going to see the speeds gradually pick up here as the timer starts ticking down, and the pilots are in the pits right now. Their teammates can see how many laps they're at and see what the other teams are at, so they kind of know already what they need to hit, and as the race develops, they're going to have a better idea of what that pace is going to need to be. So it looks like we're having all 4 teams pit at once. That's a first.
Now, if you've watched, say, NASCAR or something like that, a lot of times they like to wait till the pit lane's clean, but in FPV, you got no time to dawdle around out there.
That was a fast one for the green team.
Look at that, yellow down and away already. Demon Power Systems on the hot swap. That's because they got Olaf on the sticks down there. If you guys follow FPV at all, they've got this kid that does their pit stops that has more energy than a nuclear power plant.
And we're having some trouble down there for 2 teams. It looks like Full Send and Son of a Pitch. That was about a 20-second pit, and that equals out to about a lap deficit there. So they're going to need to pick it up in the pits. As we discussed earlier, the race can be won or lost in that exchange down there.
So it looks like Heart of America already, we got 10 laps down for Heart of America. Demon Power Systems with 8 laps. Full Send and Son of a Pitch duking it out here, both on 7 laps. A pace for our leader early on after just the first pit stop. Big contact here on the right-hand side between Demon Power Systems and Heart of America.
Looks like he has some damage. Might be a propeller broken. And he is down, and that's going to be a 2-lap penalty, it looks like, unless he can flip it over.
As if the crash wasn't bad enough and the lost time, you also get a penalty for not making it back around for a proper copter swap. So that leaves 2 in the air right now as the red lights of Full Send looking to try to climb up the leaderboard, but Demon Power Systems trying to get back by Heart of America. Heart of America still struggling. Now, if they get the copter stuck out on the field, they go down to their graveyard channel or their disable mode, and it turns off their video transmissions or puts it on a channel that we're not using, and that allows them to launch a second drone from the pit lane. But unfortunately for Heart of America, that's not happening right now.
I think blue LEDs, Son of a Pitch, I think they were the ones that made contact with Heart of America over here in the corner.
No, it was yellow.
It It was yellow. Okay, that was a long pit stop for Son of a Pitch then, because they have not been on the track for a couple minutes. Not sure what's going on down there in the pits.
1:54 was their out lap for Son of a Pitch. That's worth 4 laps right there. So Demon Power Systems, our new leader in the yellow lights, that is with 11 laps. Heart of America still trying to get something going, holding on to the 2 spot for now, but Full Send and Son of a Pitch about to come by them, both on 9 laps right now. 5 minutes and 40 seconds down, 14 minutes left to go. These teams fighting for a chance to race for $25,000 this afternoon. Heart of America has a chip right now. They are 2nd seed in the running order. So they have a chance to stay in, but they'd like to go quicker. Generally speaking, the more flight time these pilots get, the quicker the teams are going to be and the more consistent they're going to be. So you could see, our 2nd and 3rd seeds get shuffled down the ladder here.
And Heart of America still not up in the air. And I'm guessing what's happening is they're having trouble putting that quadcopter on the Ghost channel. So what we have is we have a limited number of video channels that we can transmit on. And what I'm guessing is that quadcopter is unable to get off of the channel that they need to race on, and you can't have 2 drones in the air on the same channel. So that's my guess is what's going on down there.
Just to clarify, each of the teams are assigned a channel, so they can't just switch their team to a different channel and go fly on something else.
Looks like
red
quadcopter full send pitting a little bit out of the zone. And it looks like Suzuki running out there risking his life to retrieve that drone. As the only team on the track now is going to be Full Send.
Son of a Pitch.
Son of a Pitch. I think I'm colorblind, Charlie.
Happens to me all the time. So Son of a Pitch with an opportunity to make up some laps on Demon Power System, but Demon Power Systems on that hot pit stop, I'm going to bet it's a 45-second out lap for these guys with a battery swap, with a copter change and a pilot switch. So yellow lights, our race leader, that is Demon Power Systems. They are 3rd seed right now, and as I say that, ringing the bell on the far side, Lollipop, taking a trip down to the athlete entrance. He's got the copter flipped back around. I can see makings. They want to try to get it righted and fly it back to the pits so that they do not suffer that 2-lap penalty. But a lap being 20 seconds, if it takes you longer than 30 or 40 seconds to get that, achieved, might as well go for the penalty. And it looks like finally, here we go. Heart of America is trying to unplug their down copter with another copter, I think.
That is brilliant. Let's come on, guys. Let's see it.
So there's a little action down front here. You see those green lights dancing around. And, Demon Power Systems was able to go to one of the ditch channels or the graveyard channels, and they got their 2nd copter up in the air. But it's going to cost them just a little bit. And you see?
And somehow he's flying with, it looks like, okay, maybe they got their video issues figured out down there.
Sometimes
just need a little nudge.
You just have to try it a couple more times, and all of a sudden, everything works like it's supposed to. Nose to tail working together, our leader and team Full Send. That is 1st and 2nd spots, separated by just a lap right now. 15 laps for Demon Power Systems, 14 Full Send. Big contact on the backside. Team Full Send sending too much. Getting it all kinds of wrong. They are in the cheap seats.
So we're waiting for their next pilot up to get up in the air, and we're sitting at about 20 seconds right now for that crash.
I take that back. Down here in the bold, none of these are the cheap seats. These are the good seats, right? Yeah. Get down
in the VIP.
But your leader, yellow lights through the backside section. I'll call it the back patio. Coming back down the hill now through the switchbacks. Lollipop 3 and 4 through our front side section. Top of the tower, the check swing, and do our start-finish second. Makes that hard left-hander through the bottom of the gate and enters the small center oval. Lots of crosstown action. Makes a left-hander. That's a split S-turn, or what I call an S-turn, through the blockhead into the top side, Lollipop. And then it'd be checking his bearings there. Doesn't want to get it wrong. Those lollipops are very, very deceiving. They were one of the heartbreakers in the simulator. A lot of the guys thought they had them lined up clean and easy.
Yep.
And so I've seen a lot more care being taken in the real-life racing here at the Drone Challenge.
A lot of crashes on the sim. Luckily, that doesn't cost you anything, but out here, it is very pricey.
Demon Power Systems continues to lead the way, stretching it out just a little bit now. 18 versus 16 laps on the board. We have halfway there, 10 minutes down, 10 minutes left to go in this one. You see the pace for our leaders, 37 laps in a 20 flat. That would improve their time by about 2 laps from where they're sitting right now and give them a little bit more cushion, if you will, over their next closest competitor. The problem with that is they're going to have to do a couple more pit stops, and those pit stop laps are longer than their race laps. So it's going to slow down the pace, maybe a lap, maybe 2 laps, but as we saw in yesterday's qualifier, some of the teams able to really pick the pace up in their closing stages. Once they kind of knew what they had going on, they started to put the pepper down, if you will, and go real fast.
Yeah, I think the optimal pit stop is about 10 seconds. I think it's possible. You lose a little bit of time because you're not carrying that speed on this last little turn here through the double stacked blocks. But about 5 seconds, unplugging, plugging the other quadcopter, getting back in the air. That's going to be the money.
Pit stop, they have to unplug the first one before they can plug in the replacement copter, just to make sure they're doing everything safely, if you will. Having 2 copters down, armed, while guys are moving positions. And our leader into the pits, that is Demon Power Systems. 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000. And I see green lights leaving the pits. Not our leader, so maybe an uncharacteristic long pit stop here for Demon Power Systems. They came in on lap number 21. They're on their way out now.
Not bad, not bad.
Son of a pitch in the 2 spot. They're going to be in the blue lights. Team Full Ascend going to be in the red lights, running 3rd right now. And Heart of America out there getting valuable laps, chalking up that track time, making sure all their copters are working. I take that back. They were out there. Oh, lights out in the front side.
Done.
He hit the bottom of the tower so hard he spit the battery pack into the net. He caught a battery pack fish. Those are not good for eating. Ejected the lipo.
We're seeing a lot slower pace on race day. Definitely the pressure is getting these pilots a little bit.
I think we're going to
know it's all or nothing today.
Yeah, last half of the race here, winding down. 8 minutes remaining here. Round number 2 of qualifications, heat number 1. This team's last chance to secure a top 4 position and not be in our consolation round. Championship round this afternoon. We'll be racing for $25,000 in prize money. These teams worked hard for weeks and weeks getting ready for this. After the simulation contest was over on the Velocidrone, they stopped simming a little bit, and they went out and flew real copters for a moment. But in the build-up to this, to keep the copters in one piece, I've heard a lot of simubating going on throughout the arena.
Definitely. You know, the track is, we try to make it as close as we could to the real thing. And we had a little bit of adjustments just based on the, the restrictions of the arena. But it was definitely a good practicing tool, and I know some guys last night were in their hotel rooms up till the wee hours in the morning on the simulator, getting those last muscle memory opportunities in.
13 minutes down, 7 minutes left to go as we take a look at the pits there. Pilots in the zone, some of them standing, some of them sitting. I have to sit down when I fly. You get real into the moment when you fly these guys. The goggles that they're wearing, the headsets feed that live view back to you, and it kind of blocks out your reality, and you feel like you're in the fighter seat. It doesn't feel like you're flying a plane. It feels like you're flying. I've always said you feel like a bird, you feel like Superman type of thing. So ride-along stations are available up there as compliments of Fat Shark. I'm sure everybody's up there getting woozy right now.
I want to see some feed from that, from the Fat Shark bar.
The people doing the lean is great.
The lean. A lot of standing pilots do some funny positions when they get into, deep into a race.
See the pace there for Demon Power Systems, 39 laps as they come across the line, 27.7. Their fast lap at 24.9, so you see they're taking it easy here. We saw laps down into the 19s and 18s.
This is a 19.9 for Heart of America.
Of course. Doesn't do you any good when you're in 3rd place, but hey, I got fast lap. But we saw 22s, 23s a lot more frequently yesterday when these guys knew they had another round to go for it. So being that 3 of these teams are in there, the story to watch is Team Full Send. Their pace right now, 34 laps in a 20 and a 29. That is 10 laps faster than where they are right now and would put them on the bubble to maybe be threatening for that 4th position. So Team Full Send trying to get it together and lay down some laps here with just about 5 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in this one.
Now, 20 minutes sounds like not a lot of time, but when you're down there in the pits flying, it feels like an eternity.
I talked to some of the pilots. Some of them said that 20 minutes goes fast, and some of them feels like my 2 minutes takes forever.
I think if you're crashing a lot, it feels like it's an eternity, maybe.
Right. Forget how all your switches work.
Oh, there we go. There's, I believe that is Fat Kid, FPV, and Fluxy, and there's Corey Manor next to him on the left. That's a local Bay Area pilot.
Son of a Pitch on the left, and that is Full Send on the right.
And
Demon
there's
Power Systems, I'm
Dallas
sorry.
Kemp right there. Team Heart of America with Shames next to him, giving him some pointers. And there's our race director, Frank, behind them.
Frank DeFurter. He's our race official, making sure everybody follows by the guidelines of the pit stops, pit lane speeds.
All right, looks like Dallas is coming in for a landing. He is swapping pilots. And pretty calm right now in the pits right now for Heart of America. I think they're pretty content with their qualifier from yesterday, from last evening.
Yeah, very much the case. Just taking it easy, saving
and
copters.
There's Olaf, the master pit stop guy.
You could hear him from up here. guys, plug in the copter, guys. Olaf's a great kid. So Demon Power Systems off and rolling, looking to improve those times with Son of a Pitch in tow, side by side out of the pits. Son of a Pitch pushing the issue here.
Ooh, contact there.
That's one of those risky things, whether to pass in, oh no, and devastation there.
Pitch.
Demon Power Systems and Son of a Pitch both taking each other out with a midair. And regardless of the outcome of this one, they're going to lose some laps because it is highly unlikely that those are going to get back around.
And that looks like that was Coreymander. He is, he's, okay, Coreymander's backing him up. That was Scotty Dew that got knocked out. And Coreymander's on the track now for Son of a Pitch. How are they looking right now, Charlie?
Son of a Pitch back in the air, but going to cost them some time. They were on a 35-lap pace, which was one quicker than their 4th place position right now, but they're going to need a lot more than that. Only have 3 minutes and 29 seconds left to go in this one, so Son of a Pitch needs to pick that pace up drastically.
What's the bubble? How's the bubble looking at this moment?
Bubble time is Son of a Pitch with 34 and a 20.11. Demon Power Systems has 35, sitting third at a 2012. Demon Power Systems pace is already a 37, but after that long pit stop, they're going to lose a couple laps on that pace for sure. To the far side, looks like maybe some wonky video finds the line, losing some more valuable time as they work to the downside, and it looks like problems there for Demon Power Systems on the far side of the track. Trying to bring it back around to the pits.
It's been a lot of crashes this heat. I think teams are starting to run out of quadcopters maybe down there.
Banging up some antennas, pulling on some of them small wires. These are all hand-built drones that these guys make themselves. They order parts from across the internet and maybe their local hobby shop and magically wave their soldering iron wand over them to create these.
So we're looking at the pits
machines
right now, and that is the landing zone for the teams to come in, land, swap quads, and get back up in the air. And that's yellow team. That looks like Demon Power Systems having some trouble, technical difficulties. I think they have a few quads out there. They could be stomping on themselves.
Right. I was going to say the same thing. It looked like when they got to the far end, they may not have actually been on their graveyard channel. So, but Son of a Pitch working to take the lead this time by completing lap number 30. As time is winding down, 2 minutes on the master clock. They're going to need to go real fast, but I believe they're going to have another pit stop in them. It'd be hard to milk this thing around at a competitive pace, so it might be quicker for them to do the pit stop. Maybe not. We'll see.
Maybe.
Coming around this time by, going to do one more. The pace for him last time by, 33 laps and a 20.01. That is slower than their current qualifying time. So that is going to leave the door open for our next heat to come swinging at these guys and just go a little quicker than yesterday for most of them.
Looks like these Demon Power Systems is throwing in the towel for this heat. Actually, no, they're scrambling over there.
They love laps.
I think Son of a Pitch is going for the efficiency route here, and they're going to let their last pilot try to squeeze as much voltage out of that battery as they can.
Nope, here they come.
Just as I say that, they're coming into pit. 1 minute left in the race, maybe 3 laps in them.
Maybe. I think a hot swap here. He's going to get it unplugged. He's hiding behind the banner.
Here we go. There's
Plugs
the
it
pit
back
man.
in.
And that was pretty quick, looking at about 7 to 10 seconds.
Why isn't he going? Because he's waiting for the little computer inside the quadcopter to say, you can go now.
52 on the clock. I think they can do 3 laps. They're going to need to see sub-20s here.
Leading away to the high side. And you hear the whine of the copter increase drastically on the outlap here as he wants some hot laps.
Scotty Dew right now for Team Son of a Pitch.
Running the high, fast lines, trying to make sure he can line up all the obstacles clean while maintaining pace. So long as he goes around the outside edges of the obstacles, he will be all right. Working his way through the bottom side in front of us and now into the corkscrew.
So he's looking to cross that Xfinity start-finish gate with 1 second left on the clock, and then he can finish that last lap and get an extra one in. And he's looking, he misses the gate there, just as I say that.
Wah, wah, wah.
He still has 8 seconds to cross the line. Here he comes.
Pushing hard, but that's a long way across. Colby has the strongest announcer's jinx of anybody I've worked with. says their name.
And that's going to do it.
Time has expired on the master clock. Put your hands together for Team Son of a Pitch. 33 laps in a 20.2. Only team to finish. They're going to do a momentary swap of the teams, and we'll be right back with heat number 2 in just a few minutes.